Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Dwi Putri Ramadhani. I am from class 3A Morning English Education. In here, I want to describe about Ki Hadjar Dewantara. Ki Hadjar Dewantara, full name Ki Hadjar Dewantara, alias Raden Mas Suwardi Suryaningrat, religion Islam, place of birth Yogyakarta, date of birth Thursday, May 2, 1889. Zodiac Taurus, citizen Indonesia, wife Nyi Sutartina. Biography Raden Mas Suwardi Suryaningrat, or better known as Ki Hadjar Dewantara, is the founder of the Taman Siswa College, an educational institution that provides opportunities for ordinary natives to be able to obtain the right to education as well as the Priyayi and the Dutch people. Ki Hadjar Dewantara was born in Yogyakarta on May 2, 1889 with the name Raden Mas Suwardi Suryaningrat. Ki Hadjar Dewantara grew up in the Yogyakarta place when he was 14 old according to the Chakayer's account. Raden Mas Suwardi Suryaningrat changed his name to Ki Hadjar Dewantara. Since then, Ki Hadjar Dewantara no longer used of title of nobility in front of his name. This is intended so that Ki Hadjar Dewantara can freely be close to the people both physically and in his heart. Ki Hadjar Dewantara finished elementary school at ELS, Dutch Elementary School, and then continued his education to Stovia, Bumiputra Doctors School, but due to illness, he could not finish the school. Ki Hadjar Dewantara then worked as a journalist at several newspapers, including Sudiotomo, Maidan Java, The Express, Utusan Indis, Kaum Muda, Jahaja Timur, dan Purasa. In his time, Ki Hadjar Dewantara was known as a reliable writer. His writings are very communicative, sharp, and patriotic, so that they can arouse anti-colonial spirit for the readers. Apart from working as a young journalist, Ki Hadjar Dewantara is also active in various social and political organizations. In 1808, Ki Hadjar Dewantara was active in the propaganda section of Budi Utomo to socialize and raise awareness of the Indonesian people at the time about the importance of unity and integrity in the nation of state. Then, together with those Dekker or Dr. Danu Dirja Setiabudi and Dr. Cipto Mangunkusumo, who would later be known as Tri Serangkai, Ki Hadjar Dewantara founded the Indis Party, or the first political party with the ideology of Indonesian nationalism. On December 25, 1912, with the aim of achieving an independent Indonesia, they tried to register the organization in order to obtain legal entity status with the Dutch colonial government. However, the Dutch colonial government, through the Governor General Edinburgh, refused the registration on March 11, 1913. Because this organization was conceived to be able to arouse a sense of nationalism and people unity based over the Dutch colonial government, his associates did not stop here. In November 1913, Ki Hadjar Dewantara formed the Bumiputra Committee, which is aimed to launch criticism of the Dutch government. One of them is by publishing an article entitled Is Ik in Netherlands was, or if I was a Dutchman and in for a land marked all Ellen for Ellen, or one for all but all for one too, in which is both of these writings have become famous writings to this day. The article If I Was a Dutchman was published in the newspaper The Express, owned by Dr. Douwes Dekker. As a result of his essay, the Dutch colonial government took the Governor General Edinburgh sentenced Ki Hadjar Dewantara to exile. Douwes Dekker and Cipto Mangunkusumo, who felt that their comrades in arms were being treated unfairly, published an article in defense of Ki Hadjar Dewantara. Knowing this, the Dutch decided to sentence them to exile. Douwes Dekker was exiled in Kupang while Cipto Mangunkusumo was exiled to Banda Island. However, they want to be exiled to the Netherlands because there they could learn a lot more things than in remote areas. Finally, they were allowed to the Netherlands since August 1913 as part of the execution of the sentence. This opportunity was used to explore education and teaching Jesus, so that Ki Hadjar Dewantara succeeded in obtaining the Europa's deed. In 1918, Ki Hadjar Dewantara returned to his homeland. In his homeland, Ki Hadjar Dewantara has increasingly devoted his attention to the education as part of the struggle for independence. Together with his comrades in arms, he also found a college with a nation pattern, which was named the National Honorary Institute Taman Siswa, or Perguruan Nasional Taman Siswa, on July 3, 1922. This college emphasized the education of sense nationality to students to then love the national homeland and fight for independence. The Dutch colonial government tried to thereby using the Will School Ordinance or October 1, 1913 but with tenacity to fight to his right, so ordinance was later recovered while devoting with attention to the work of the education at Taman Siswa. Ki Hadjar Dewantara also remained diligent in his writing. However, the theme of his writing shifted from political ruins, education and culture with a national perspective. Through this writing, he succeeds in laying the foundation of national education for the Indonesian people. This writing activity continued until the Japanese occupation, when the Japanese government establishes the People Power Centers or Putra. In 1943, Ki Hadjar was appointed the one of the leader, along with Insinyur Soekarno, Dr. Andes Muhammad Hatta, and Ki Hadjar Dr. Mansur. After independence, Indonesia was successfully released from hands of the and the stability of the government was stability. Ki Hadjar Dewantara was trusted by President Sukarno to be the first Minister of Education, Teaching and Culture. Through the position, Ki Hadjar Dewantara is increasingly freeing from the quality of education in Indonesia. In 1957, Ki Hadjar Dewantara received an honorary clause doctor from Gadjah Mada University. 2 years after receiving the title of Doctor Honoris Causa on 28 after 1958, Ki Hadjar Dewantara died in Yogyakarta and was buried there. Now, the name Ki Hadjar Dewantara is not only immortalized as figure and hero of education, father of national education, whose birthday on May 2 was made National Education Day, but also designated as a hero of the national movement through the decree of the President of the Republic Indonesia number 305 or 1950 that 28 November 1919, his teaching, namely Tutwari Handayani, in form of giving encouragement in media mangun kasa, in the middle of creating opportunity for initiative. In Ngarsa, Sung Tulada, in form of setting an example, will always be the basis of education in Indonesia. The comrade, the service of Ki Hadjar Dewantara, the successor of the Taman Siswa College, establishes the Dewantara Kirti Graya Museum Yogyakarta to preserve the value of Ki Hadjar Dewantara fighting spirit. In this museum, there are objects or work of Ki Hadjar Dewantara as founder of Taman Siswa and his work on the life of the nation. The museum collection of the written work and concept and important research as well as correspondent data during Ki Hadjar's lifetime as a journalist, educator, humanist, and as artist have been recorded on microfilm, eliminated with the help of the Nation Archive Agency. Research and analysis, Fatimatu Zahra, Education, ELS, European Legal School, Stovia Bumiputra Medical School, Career, founder of Taman Siswa Perguruan Award, Honorary Doctorate Degree, or Degree Honoris Causa, Dr. H.C. from Gadjah Mada University, the father of Indonesian national education. The day of his birth was made National Education Day, Presidential Decree of Republik Indonesia nomor 305 of 1919